Hi everyone, this is Dr. Kim, America's Holistic Foot Doctor. In this video, you meet my diabetic patient who has a very large, gigantic ulcers on his right foot. They are so big, yet improving quite rapidly last few months. So let's see how I can clean this ulcer and then put a nice graft on it. Cleaning so that it looks like this, and then when we put a graft on it, it's gonna close really quickly, okay? So now we're gonna put a graft on this area. As you can see, that's nice and pink, which is ready to accept a graft now. And then I'm gonna clean a little bit here and a little bit there so that this whole thing becomes like a one unit. So we're anticipating these areas to kind of be more pink and ready to be accepting in the next few weeks. In the meantime, we're gonna work on here, which is ready. So I'm just gonna clean it nicely, let it bleed out nicely, because without good bleeding, the graft won't take. So I'm just gonna clean this area. As you can see, I'm just cleaning this area out, and then if I can make it bleed a little, it's even better. I may have to clean up a little bit on that area. As you can see, he's bleeding well, as you can see right on the edge. So that means it's gonna heal nicely. So I make it, as you can see, he's bleeding a little bit, so that's what we like. We like to see a little bit of bleeding, as you can see in the edges. This one is what we call a fibrosis, which is kind of a scar tissue that requires a little bit of cleaning. So this area still requires a little bit more time. So we're not going to put a graft on this area. We're just going to put graft on this other area that's nice and pink and bleeding. And that's the area that we're going to put a graft on. As you can see, it's bleeding nicely here. And that's what I would like to see. This area is not quite ready, so we're going to keep cleaning. We're just going to put a graft right here. This whole area is nice and pink right here. So we've come a long way, right? This was all like open, right?
Yes.
It started filling in what, like the last couple months?
Yeah. Actually, you did.
It was really deep, right?
It was really deep, yeah.
Yeah. So it's filled in nicely. So it's kind of ready to.
It's got smaller and smaller as time went on.
Exactly. But now, when it's too deep, it cannot accept the graft because it needs to come in with this nice and pink area. As you can see, it's bleeding all nicely on all the edges. As you can see, this very nice. So we'll put the graft right here and anchor it, and then hopefully we'll be able to work on the other area. So this looks really nice and pink, bleeding nicely. We don't want to overbleed, but we want a little bit of bleeding because that means some oxygen in there, and then it's gonna heal very nicely, as you can see. So now it's ready. I'm gonna go up here and clean up a little bit more here too. Yeah, I'm gonna use a little bit of knife there to get rid of what we call a fibrotic tissue. These are kind of we can call it like a scar tissue that's preventing this area from bleeding nicely. So we clean this area out, and then our goal is to make it kind of bleed, which is going to happen in the next few weeks. So we keep cleaning out this, what we call a fibrotic tissue, allow it to bleed, and then, so you have ulcer on the other foot too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one is also getting smaller, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's really deep, and that one's.
It was deep, and that's really small now.
Yeah. So this is a lot of fibrotic tissue, so we keep cleaning out this. As you can see, it's not bleeding yet because it's got a lot of scar tissue still in here. We need to keep working on it until it becomes pink like this. This area was like that, right?
Yeah.
Now it's pink now, so we need to keep working on it. So some areas bleeding here, so we need to keep working on it to get this part ready.
Bleeding is good, right?
Bleeding is good. That's what you need. We need more bleeding. As you can see, these are bleeding. I think this part is ready and that part is ready, but we're trying to do this whole area as one unit. So we're kind of waiting a little bit, and then because this part is ready, we're gonna just do the bottom part today, and then we're gonna, as you can see, it's bleeding well here. We have to keep cleaning this area. You can see this area is kind of bleeding nicely. As you can see, this may be ready pretty soon actually. I think we may be able to put a graft on this one if we can. You can see the bleeding here very nicely. So I think you may be able to take a graft on this side, like over here.
Hi, it's me again. Hope you've been enjoying this video so far. If you have, leave the word gigantic in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Which is very nice. So we may be able to work on this area pretty quickly here. I'm going to measure it one more time before I close it, so that we can order the graft for this side as well. As you can see, it's bleeding here very nicely. So next couple of weeks, I think we may be able to put a graft over here, because as you can see, it's bleeding nicely. This part may take a little bit longer, but I think this part will be ready to take on the graft. As you can see, it's bleeding well here. As you can see, we'll be able to put let's see, you see? It's bleeding nicely, see? This is really good actually. I think we may be able to put a graft like that. So let me put a little ruler there to kind of measure it so I can order another graft. This area is about 11 by about 2. 11 by 2. Because as you can see, it's connecting this whole area, nice and bleeding. So I think we may be able to put something there, because this may take a little longer to heal, but I think that would be the next one. But as you can see, back to this one, you can see this area is nicely bleeding and really clean tissue, so this is kind of ready to accept. I think this part is also the next part that would be ready to be grafted. So this grafting we've been using for about 3 months now, and it's amazing. Like, it's placental tissues, it's a baby sac tissues, has a lot of growth factors, and heals like really quickly. We're pretty amazed how quickly these things heal. So we're very hopeful that this is gonna do a lot of good for him. So here's the graft coming. It's very thin, so we have to very carefully tease it out. As you can see, the graft is very thin. We put it right there, very carefully. All of his wounds right there. We go right up to the edge, kind of sticks to it, as you can see. And we'll take the video next week, and you're gonna see this whole thing like literally shrinking very quickly, because this stuff is really amazing. Okay. I think it sticks well, so I don't think we even need usually put stair strips around it, but I don't think we even need that. Nicely. Okay. So we just wrapped it up. So that's it. So we're gonna see him next week. We're gonna clean it out again. And then if this is becoming more bleeding, then we may be able to put another one right there as well. So we're very hopeful that it's gonna heal really quickly, and we're very happy that he's doing very well. Right, Corretti?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Sorry you didn't talk too much this time, but I'll let you talk some more next time.
That's okay.
I know you like to talk. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching this video. As you can see in this video, diabetic ulcers are very dangerous due to infection. It was great to see that this ulcer was getting well very rapidly, and hope this also completely closed with multiple grafts that we're going to put on in the future. Until then, be educated, get empowered, encourage others today.